They call him Seatin, the man of legends.
Hey guys, what is up? It is Seatin here. Hello and welcome to a look and overview at sort of the class and skill set system that the upcoming MMORPG Archeage has. Now, in this video, I'm going to be talking about the class system and how skill sets work. Now, if you've played Rift at all, it's very similar to that, in the fact that you combine three skill sets to essentially create your class. Now, skill sets can be translated into Rift terminology as souls. So currently I have Archery, Shadowplay, and Vitalism. So Archery is kind of like your standard marksman hunter kind of skill set, Shadowplay is your rogue type skill set, and Vitalism is actually a healer type skill set. Now, one of the really awesome things about Archeage is there are no fixed decisions in terms of your class when it comes to character creation. So if you start off playing Archery, or Battle Rage, or Sorcery, or maybe Witchcraft, or Auramancery, then you can change that anytime that you want. All you need to do is go to a skill manager and then simply click on the skill you'd like to change and which one you'd like to change it for, and boom, it's done instantly like that. So I can go from 1 minute being you know, a hunter warrior type hunter ranger type person who's kind of very sneaky and likes kiting stuff around, to sort of an all-armed brute warrior who likes to get in the heat of the action, take a lot of damage, and maybe buff his allies. So that is absolutely crazy. Now, in Archeage, you have a total of 10 different skill sets to choose from and sort of mix, match, and combined to create your ultimate class, or a class that works well for you. So you have Battle Rage, which is a warrior melee DPS type class. You have Defense, which is a tank type class. I like how they didn't really beat around the bush there, they just called it fucking Defense, so, you know, good on them there. You have Occultism, which I believe is a sort of magic damage over time based class, so kind of fairly similar to a warlock in World of Warcraft and also Rift. Then you have Sorcery, which is kind of very bursty magic, sort of fireballs, elemental strikes, ice bolts, so that's kind of like your standard mage or elemental shaman. You have Songcraft, which is kind of like healing, CC, and also buffs to your raid and party members, so that is very much like a for example Bard in Rift. Then you have Witchcraft, which is all about sort of magical crowd control and controlling enemies via magic, while also doing a bit of damage while doing that, so that's pretty awesome. Then you have Auramancery, which is all about buffing people and ensuring that people, you know, well, increasing damage, debuffing foes, so that's kind of like your standard Archon in Rift, for example. Then you have Archery, which I was talking about earlier, which is kind of like Marksman and Hunter. Shadowplay, which is your roguey assassin type class, and Vitalism, which is your healing type class. So you can combine any of these three skill sets to create your ultimate class. Now, the only catch with this is you have to level these skill sets. Once you've leveled a skill set, if you like, for example, change it out, it will remain the same level. So, for example, you can see I've got like Sorcery to level 14, Occultism to level 14, Songcraft to level 13, because I've kind of been switching a load of stuff out and playing about with them. Now, this is the only kind of downfall of this entire class system, is that you can't sort of access later damaging abilities and also class abilities without physically playing these classes and leveling them up. However, once you sort of reach level 50, I imagine it's going to be very easy to quickly level all of these skill sets out, adding to the fact that Archeage is going to be free to play and they're following the same model as Rift. I would be willing to bet my bottom dollar on the fact that there's going to be some sort of experience vials that you can get to sort of make them level up faster. So in all honesty, I think it's going to be very easy to quickly sort of max out all of these skill sets. The amount of experience you need to gain to actually level one of the skill sets is equivalent to what you need to gain to actually level up your character at that level, if that makes sense. So at the moment, for example, I've had Vitalism all the way through the game because I really need sort of the heal over time that Resurgence provides. So you can see that's about to hit level 19 in the experience bar, and then if you have a look at the bottom of the page, that perfectly matches my experience bar because I'm also about to hit level 19. So if you don't change sort of your skill sets while leveling, they will level completely with you and you won't need to worry about that. So something to bear in mind before you're kind of getting into the game too much is, do I want to keep a certain skill set and be quite powerful with that skill set while I'm leveling, or do I kind of want to just, you know, piss about and change my skill sets every kind of like few levels, which you can do. Now the only drawback to this is that if you want to do that and play that way, you're gonna need to have, I believe, a total of kind of 3 different sets of gear at the moment, possibly 4 actually. So you'll need like a melee DPS one, you'll need a range DPS one with high dex. Sorry, the melee DPS one has high strength and a 2-handed weapon. The ranged one has high agility and also a nice crossbow with lots of agility on, or normal bow. And then you have sort of the sorcery set, which is for all your magical stuff, which you'll need to aim for a lot of intelligence and also spirit on. However, I've kind of leveled as like a caster for a while. I started off with sorcery and all that, and I found it just incredibly mana starving. And I found literally like every 5 minutes I was having to stop and wait for my mana to regenerate. So I just ended up going with archery and shadow play, and that's working very well for me. I would also suggest battle rage, and a combination of maybe shadow play or defense as well as vitalism would be a very nice and viable option for leveling as well. Just anything that doesn't rely too heavily on mana, because it seems that mana is not favored terribly well while leveling, and you always seem to be stupidly starved on it. But when you're doing archery, most of the skills don't actually consume that mana, so yeah, it's pretty easy to level and you can really sort of get stuff off quickfire. So that was sort of an overview of the skill set and class system, guys. I'm going to be doing a lot more about class combinations once I get to a bit higher level, because I believe they're all very straightforward and simple at the moment. I have the basic abilities, so ideally I'd like to get to a significantly higher level or max level before I start sort of showing them all off and talking about all these crazy combinations that you can do at endgame, because some of them look ridiculously fucking awesome, and I am really excited for this, guys. Anyway, so if you want to see more Archeage content, feel free to hit that like button and also subscribe to the channel. It helps me out a tremendous amount, guys, and I appreciate it so much. I love you guys. Have a wonderful day. I hope you enjoyed the video, and take care, guys.